Okay, so licorice or cilantro. Do you have a little bit of nausea happening right now?
I do. Like it's making me ill thinking about having to pick between these
So
two and
then
like
you should pick one and be quick with it.
welcome to the Clear Skin Chronicles, the podcast that takes you on a journey to uncover the secrets of achieving glowing, acne-free skin. We believe that knowledge is power, and by understanding the root causes of acne, we can create a solid foundation for long-lasting clear skin. I'm Katie Stewart, registered holistic nutritionist and founder of the Clear Skin Solution, where we help women just like you get to the root cause of their acne.
And I'm Chris Brown, registered holistic nutritionist and program director inside the Clear Skin Solution. Through functional testing, we pinpoint where the body system imbalances lie, so we can dive deep into the acne clearing journey.
We work virtually with clients to clear up their skin from the inside out and have helped thousands of women worldwide regain their confidence. Well, we are almost halfway through September. Kids are back at school, Chris, and the end of the warm weather will be here shortly, which I'm devastated about. I'm definitely a sun-loving person. But with that, inevitably, the cold and flu season will be back very shortly.
Why do you have to say stuff like that?
I know. I am so sorry.
It's
And
like you just took my balloon.
we both
Done.
have school-going children who bring, especially me, I have two little boys. They bring all the germs home, like all the time. It's not fun.
No, I don't like being sick.
No.
Don't like it. I haven't heard anyone say, "Oh, I like it."
Love
Let's
being
be
sick.
real. Love it. Sign me
Mm-mm.
up. So, okay, so you don't like being sick. I don't like being sick. I don't like when my children are sick, even worse.
When they just have that snotty nose and lingering cough for months on end.
Yeah, not a fan.
Not a fan.
So then what do we do?
We got lots of things we can do. So today we wanted to talk about prevention and then what to do when you do get sick. So we're going to be going through foods you can be eating, supplements you can be taking, lifestyle habits you can be doing. Throw a little TCM in there because we love a little traditional Chinese medicine. I'd love to have a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner on the show, by the way. Let's just put that out there. If anybody knows of one, I would love, love, love to have one on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into it. All right, so we're going to crush out a good amount of stuff today. So first, let's kind of talk about what can we be doing preventatively, and then when we do get sick, what do we do? And what's really interesting is a lot of the foods are going to be good for prevention and for when you are sick.
I like prevention.
So what are some things that you're doing in your house for prevention?
Wash hands.
Washing of the hands. That's like as soon
Yes.
as I come from like grocery shopping out of the car, the first thing I've always done, even pre-COVID, I don't know why people had to be reminded so often to wash their hands if they weren't washing them before. Coming in from the house, wash them. Hot, soapy water.
In fact, when we leave stores,
Hand
I will
sanitizer.
wash my. No, I don't use hand sanitizer
Well,
at
I have a
all.
natural hand sanitizer. I'm not using the chemical-based ones.
Yeah, I don't use it at all. Especially
Where are you washing your hands? In the car?
no, in the store.
Oh,
Grocery
you're going to
store
the
will
actual
always
grocery store.
have a bathroom.
Oh, you're going
So
to the bathroom. Okay, I see what you're
yeah,
doing.
so I'll go to. Well, I don't not using the bathroom if you need descriptors, but
You're washing your hands in the
I'm going
bathroom.
to the bathroom to wash my hands because when I get into my vehicle, that's in the space.
Well, I have the doTERRA On Guard hand sanitizer. So
Yeah,
as I'm leaving the store, I'll spritz it on and then I
yeah.
put the groceries away. And then when I get in, um, I'll spritz my hands again, but I even make sure my steering wheel stays clean. And I always, this is not grocery store related, I clean my phone regularly with,
Yes,
yeah, I sanitize my phone regularly.
yes. I also the small little glimpse of window where the children have their phones not in hand.
Oh,
I
that
also
small, minuscule window.
Yeah, I also. So I use the Bayer Home Essentials. Their company is pretty good with their products, nice and clean. Vinegar. I mean, we don't need to be bleaching, people.
Yeah,
We don't
like
need to be
that's the thing
bleaching.
is the thing with regular hand sanitizer and these antibacterial soaps and these all of these things like these are creating superbugs, right? So we're just almost pouring fuel on the fire. It makes us feel good at the time, but it's going to be not so great later on.
The thing is there's also not a ton of research to substantiate the hand sanitizer as a whole by the chemical base. It's
Hmm.
alcohol based. And what it does, okay, by the way, 20 years of food service, and I taught food safety.
Here
So
she goes, everybody. Here
here we
she
go.
goes.
Fasten the seatbelt. All
Fasten
right.
up. I'll take
So
a sip of my electrolyte beverage.
so what happens is I would do a black light test where it mimicked
Oh,
food
oh,
poisoning, not food poisoning,
oh.
food. Well, it is food poisoning, whatever, but culturing of things. And it was really neat to watch because people would wash their hands, come back, and in their nail beds, excessively in the crevices, in the joints of their, what do you call it? Knuckles, jewelry,
I I
all around
actually
jewelry.
I always move my ring when I'm washing my hands
Yeah.
so that I can get underneath my ring.
And clever enough, the top area of the thumb joint
Oh, really?
and wrist.
Oh, I
So,
always wash my wrists. Like
yeah.
I go ham on them.
So those are the areas that we could see that we're holding. And I'm like, wow. And then I would let them go back and wash it again. And we do the red light again. And the people that wash their hands using the ABC, whatever it is, the 26-second rule, had way less germs.
Hmm.
So lo and behold, in food service, we don't recommend technically the use of hand sanitizer. One, it can dry it out, especially in the winter. I mean, whose
Yeah.
skin really still stays ample and supple and hydrated? However, outside of that, when we're looking at that, what it does is it kills the skin cells, the good, the bad. Again, just like taking it into the body. And now we're walking around with dead epithelials on our hands. And like you said, superbugs. They're like, what?
Hmm.
Oh, I know how to do a workaround. For it to be effective, I'm not saying it's not effective. For it to be effective, you then have to wash your hands to
Hmm.
take off the chemical, to take off the dead, and to obviously remove what I call your glow bugs, anything that glows in that light.
I'm using my hand sanitizer when I'm getting in the car for the store, and then as soon as I get home, I still wash my hands again.
Yeah, like, I mean, washing hands is a basic concept from how long ago? Like, we're going to go, Christ was a grasshopper.
That's how long ago it was.
That's how long ago
That's
it
how long ago
is.
it was,
That
everybody.
that is a saying. I'm telling you, it's a saying. I don't think I made that one up.
I don't think so. Oh, Chris, I know something that you do regularly for prevention and when you guys are sick that you have been on my case for probably a solid year at
I
this
know where
point.
you're going with this now.
On my case.
Well, just go get it and do it.
She
What is
comes to my
wrong?
house. She comes to my house and she's like, "Where's your fermented garlic?"
Well,
I still don't I
I do
still
it by
don't see
myself into your pantry.
I still
Yes.
don't see your fermented garlic here. Where is
Mhm.
it? So Chris,
Where
don't
is
you
it?
worry. I will be making it this week. Okay? The
I
fermented
would
garlic.
like to see it. I want a picture.
We should put it on the blog, Chris. That should be a Chris Brown recipe contribution, fermented garlic.
Did you say your cookbook? I'm so
Cookbook.
excited. Like, let's get on that already.
Let's get on the cookbook. I know. She's a
Yes,
long
but
time coming.
fermented garlic. I'm not kidding. Garlic, and if you go on Pinterest, you're going to see honey in there and all these other things. Those different mixtures are different things. Fermented garlic, beautiful quality olive oil, and there is a process. Like, don't just try this at home, people. But there is a process.
Pinterest will have tons of recipes, but you're saying again because I haven't made it yet because clearly. So you're saying
I'll give you my recipe in advance.
me or
Yeah.
everybody here listening is like Chris Brown. Why? Like, can we share with the class?
Okay, fine.
Share it. Thank you. You're welcome, everybody. You're so welcome.
I will. How are we going to do that?
Let's just put it on the blog this week. This Friday.
Okay.
We're putting on the blog this Friday. Sorry, I got to reschedule the blog. Laura and Paige are going to be unhappy with me. Hey guys, heads up. I changed the blog.
Okay, in all seriousness, Mr. Bruno, don't try this at home. Don't try this at home, people.
Oh no. Chris, I don't want the DMs.
Okay, but I said don't try this at home.
Send it to Chris, not me.
Okay. He has, when dogs have ear infections, or you can start to smell it, it smells off. I can smell an ear infection as it's brewing. Like these sniffers are keen for bacteria. So in goes the fermented garlic and massage it all in, and knock on wood, this little sucker is gone within 12 hours. There is no distension. I put it on his food. We use it for garlic bread. We take it when we're not feeling well on open wounds.
Everybody's stocking up on garlic. Don't worry. This Friday, September 13th, 2024, Chris's fermented garlic will be on the blog, everybody.
Bam.
There we go. You're welcome. All right. So outside of fermented garlic and hands, we've spent quite a bit of time on this. So some other things that, we can do is we can really be bolstering, loving up our body and our organs and our immune system with a lot of really incredible foods. Like we want to be looking at, of course, your vitamin C rich foods. These are going to be outside of your citrus, but you can be getting bell peppers are a great source, broccoli, strawberries, but they're kind of out of season now. So really looking up at those vitamin C.
Apples are coming in season. Apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Apple a day keeps the doctor away. Chris, I'm surprised you don't have a little apple tattoo on your wrist for that one.
I don't have any tattoos.
I know. Neither do I. That's
maybe we'll talk about that in the heavy metal podcast.
I know. Paige is not going to like that one, though. She loves her tattoos. She's got lots of them. Okay. And things like, again, papaya, not really in season, but Brussels sprouts as well. Those are some great foods, the vitamin A rich foods, because really we want to be looking at your antioxidants, right? We want to be having lots of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, your minerals, zinc and selenium. So if we're looking at vitamin A, that's going to be a lot of your orange food. So think sweet potatoes and carrots, but you'll also be seeing it in your leafy greens. We'll be seeing it in all of our wonderful winter squash. So that's going to be some really great, like your pumpkins, your butternut squashes. Vitamin E rich foods will be like sunflower seeds and almonds. Like these are things that could be going into a smoothie or on top of veggies or on top of a salad. Spinach, Swiss chard, avocado, zinc, pumpkin seeds are a great source. Sesame seeds, lentils, chickpeas, turkey, quinoa. So that Thanksgiving turkey
Zinc's
that's coming
in
up.
everything.
Like zinc is just incredible.
Like coffee. You know what I mean? So
Shucks,
that coffee. If you are doing a really good variety and rotation diet, meal plan, whatever the word is people use, you're going to get these nutrients in. Mm-hmm. So I love that you're giving these options, but it's all about the variety and rotation, right?
Variety and rotation, right? We want to get different things in there. And even if you're a red meat eater, it's going to be in red meat. So, opting for things like grass-fed beef, bison, those types of things. Those are all great sources of zinc. And then selenium.
Have you ever eaten bison?
I do. Yeah, I get ground bison from the butcher.
I think I ate it once in the States, but that's about it.
I have a local natural butcher here in where I live in a small town in Niagara. And they have ground bison. So I'll make like bison burgers, or if I do like a meat sauce, sometimes I'll use bison. So I switch it up.
Gotcha. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It tastes like it's like you wouldn't even notice it. It tastes like regular beef.
Yeah, I just didn't know because it's a little more game, right?
I don't like gamey meat. I'm not a wild game person, but bison, yeah, I do. And I'll put it in that lasagna. We love that lasagna.
Okay, so you're going to do fermented garlic, and I'm going to go make some bison burgers. Perfect. I hear a trade. I like.
We do. We hear a trade.
Okay.
Then next up would be selenium, a lovely little mineral. So that's going to be in your seafoods, right? Think like sardines. It's also in cod, scallops. It'll be in turkey, chicken, and Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are a great source of it as well. You can pop some Brazil nuts, eat a couple in your hand, or throw them in a smoothie.
Okay.
Yeah, those are great. And so you could be eating those whether you want preventatively or whether you are getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
Really bolstering those up. And then let's go into the alliums, the spices. Like these are some really underrated things. We already talked about your love of garlic, but even raw garlic is really, really, if you don't have fermented garlic on hand at this moment in time.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say, why don't you have fermented garlic on hand?
Everybody listening is now going to be like, well, I got to ferment some garlic this weekend.
You have to ferment garlic.
Got to ferment. But even raw garlic is going to be great, right? Because it's a very potent antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, really, really great to be adding in. And when you have it raw, it's going to retain a lot of those really potent antiviral, antibacterial, antimicrobial properties as well.
Now, when you say raw, hang tight. Because what happens if somebody thinks that they're just going to take it in raw?
Oh, right. Yeah, let's expand
Be very,
on that.
very close to a garbage can. Been there, done that. You will vomit. You will likely vomit. It is so potent.
You can put it in at the very, very end of cooking. You've taken the heat off. You can mince your garlic and put it into your veggies, put it into a salad dressing, like sneak it in that way.
Yeah. So infuse, right? Infuse, saute, these types of things. So if you are using it in raw, there is a great concoction where you can put, raw honey, garlic in together and
You can get the garlic supplements.
yes, just raw. I love it in food.
Hmm.
I just thought I was like, I've done that raw thing.
Oh,
We
I've
better
done it
just.
too. Where I'm like, let's chew on a raw garlic clove. Mm-mm.
If you have
Mm-mm.
H. pylori, hit it. You know you're going to be vomiting for free. For free
Oh yeah.
slip. Oh, it's going to be ugly.
So, and yeah, there is garlic supplements like Alimax is a really great
Hmm.
therapeutic professional grade. What we've actually done today is in the show notes, we've linked our virtual supplement dispensaries for Canadians and Americans. So pretty much any supplement we talk about today, you'll most
Go
likely
check it out.
be able to find it there because
Hmm.
we use a lot of practitioner grade supplements that you can't be getting from say Amazon or the health food store. So if you can't find something online, we have those dispensaries in the show notes. Okay. What about ginger, Chris? Don't we love a little ginger?
We love a little ginger. That's something else you can do, and I'll do it. Is I will boil
Hmm.
ginger and lemon, and I'll simmer it for an hour or two, strain it out, and keep it in a mason jar in the fridge.
What's that cold and flu thing you always see on Pinterest? It's the fire cider. Have you done that? Have you done a fire cider?
No, no,
Well, I wouldn't be able to add
no.
to do it because of the spice. You know how I do a spice.
I was just thinking, you have a peppercorn and you're down for the day.
I would have to make the fire cider without the fire.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like to. The thing is there's all these great different things. I like to keep things simple. I like to have very minimal ingredients.
As she says with her fermented garlic.
It is because you have two ingredients. But the reason why is because, an example, we're saying citrus fruits. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you and I have histamine reactions.
Well, now we're going down the rabbit hole, Chris. This
No,
was
I know, but I'm saying citrus fruit. Yeah, yeah. La di da di da. Vitamin C, these types
Mhm.
of things. We get it. But that's why when we're unsure, when we don't know our food intolerances, when we're like, and we don't know why, because we're already, or we feel a
Go
little bit
back
more
and listen to the
congested.
histamine intolerance episode. We're talking generally for the general population.
General population,
Yeah,
you're good.
you're good. Yeah, we're
Go
not going
love
down the
yourself
rabbit
up.
hole on you can't eat garlic if you have this and you can't have citrus if you have, yeah. So we're talking generally today.
Go simple,
Yeah, simple.
right?
So ginger is really great because in Ayurveda, which is the thousands of year old healing system and all of the fun things from India, ginger is known as the medicine chest, right? It's another really potent thing right alongside garlic because it's naturally antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. Of course, if you're dealing with with stomach issues, ginger can be really soothing to the gut. So whether you're boiling the ginger, I like grating it into things as well. Really, really, I like putting in salad dressings, a little bit there, and even turmeric, right? Turmeric is really lovely. Turmeric's an underrated one.
Yeah, anti-inflammatory. Even in the herbs, basil, oregano,
Rosemary, oregano,
rosemary,
thyme,
thyme.
fresh. Those are great to have.
And aren't they delicious?
Delicious. I know, like people forget that herbs and spices are potent little things. Like think about your warming spices, like your
Hmm.
clove, your cinnamon, your cumin. These all
Yeah.
possess antibacterial and antifungal properties. So I heavily use those warming spices in my day-to-day recipes, right? If I'm
Oh, I love that you said warming.
yeah, because we
It
in
is
Ayurvedic
warming.
in
Yes.
Ayurvedic teachings, we want to be having warming things throughout the fall and winter months to be able to fire up our digestion, known as Agni, to be able to warm up our
Hmm.
body. Because when we're eating all of those cooling foods, which should be eaten in the summer, like cucumbers and melons and cold smoothies, these are
Even
things
salads,
even
right?
salads. So for me, like my body naturally doesn't want to eat salads in the wintertime. You know what, you might be similar. So that's why we're naturally, our bodies are like, I want comfort. I want casseroles. I want hearty. I want soups. I want stews. I want broths
Hmm.
because this is going to be warming up that body. So I really love putting a ton of ginger and a ton of garlic and some turmeric in my bone broth because I always have some bone broth on hand.
Hmm. And that's where we can use like a big chunk of parsley,
Mhm.
cilantro. You're not a fan, but
Hate cilantro.
cilantro in there.
Hate it. You'll never see cilantro on my blog.
Never. Come on, just once. I'm gonna sneak a something
Ugh.
cilantro in there for
And we'll put
everybody.
all capitals. This is Chris's
This is
recipe,
Chris
not
only.
Katie's.
But yeah, and that bone broth, hang tight there, right? Because like you said, the minerals, the amino acids.
Mhm.
Even when we're sick, the body says, "I don't want food."
Mhm.
Right? It tells you not to eat. Why? Because digestion can't occur that great, and that's why you
Mhm.
start to become hungry a little bit later. But I'm also saying, hey, but we still need some vital
Mhm.
nutrients in. Of course, we need hydration up, but we need it because it's rich in minerals. And imagine we're putting that cilantro, that parsley, that fresh dill, whatever it is, we're using all the
Mhm.
vegetables, we're straining it out. That's going to help the gut, right? We know the gut's compromised. It's going to help the immune system. It's warming. The liver, in order for these metabolic processes alone, needs that amino acid complex. So you
Mhm.
see it's multi-complexed, right?
Yeah, and one soup that we make regularly, and Chris, it is the number one recipe on the blog, the soup recipe.
Ooh.
The number one recipe, and that's the gut healing chicken soup. So I make this regularly for prevention. And then, depending on what my appetite levels are when I'm
Mhm.
sick, like I always make some gut healing chicken soup because it's just so comforting and so delicious. And like our clients rave about the soup.
Do you know,
In the
because
show notes, everybody.
do you know that only because I teach this, but chicken noodle soup is actually what they call Jewish penicillin,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in the kosher diet.
Mm-hmm. You told me that
So,
recently.
yeah, so Jewish penicillin, what is that saying? What do we use penicillin for? Hello. So,
Antibiotics.
yeah, see, so cultures right across the world
Mhm.
understand the therapeutics of bone broth,
Mhm.
of the amino acid complex, these types of things. Listen, if you can't get it down, puree it. Don't leave chunks. Nice
Mhm.
little handheld immersion blender. How
Yeah.
sexy is that?
Another underrated food for the immune that loves the immune system back. Mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. Especially in that bone broth
Yeah,
too.
I always because like the gut healing chicken soup I linked in the show notes.
Yeah.
I rarely make it the same way twice. I'm always including what I have on hand, so don't feel like, oh my god, I need to go out and buy these exact
I know, me
these
too.
exact vegetables Katie
Clean out
used.
the kitchen.
Yeah, I really like as long as I have the bone broth, the ginger, the garlic, the turmeric, the
Yeah.
chicken. Then I'll put in whatever herbs I have. I love putting sweet potatoes in there and shiitake mushrooms and lots of herbs in there as well. But shiitakes, they're such a great mushroom for your immune system.
Mm-hmm.
You can be, adding them into stir fries. You can be just sauteing them, with some onions and garlic and eating them with your proteins.
Yeah.
And then, functional mushrooms have really gotten a lot of spotlight, I would say, in the last few years, right,
Mm-hmm.
Chris?
Yeah, I agree.
Things like your reishi,
Mm-hmm.
the maitake, the lion's mane, the cordyceps, like all of these mushrooms, you can either be eating them. Like I find even like the grocery stores I go to, like Sobeys, you can see a wider range of mushrooms these days. So don't be afraid to get the lion's mane, to buy all these different mushrooms and try them out. But you can also be finding them in tinctures and in teas.
And the cool thing is even like cordyceps, there's research that it can attack or inhibit Epstein-Barr virus.
Hmm.
What does that say? A mushroom
A
can go
mushroom.
after a virus. Like what?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
So
love
love yourself
mushrooms.
a lot of variety and rotation, and get this stuff into your fridge, into your freezer, fermented garlic, into your pantry. These types of things.
Was something I really like doing in the winter months, and I even make it for my kids, is Harmonic Arts, which is a
Mm-hmm.
Canadian company. They have their 5 elixir chocolate cacao mix and 5 mushroom cacao elixir. I'll put it in the show notes. And I make that as a hot chocolate for the kids and and Frank as well throughout the winter months because they think it's just a hot chocolate. And I have, again, I will link that, and I have a hot chocolate recipe. So just take the hot chocolate recipe on the blog and use the mushroom elixir. It doesn't taste like mushrooms, tastes like a hot chocolate. And that's an easy way that we can getting it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, there's also the Sigmatic. That's an American company. So whether you're getting the Sigmatic or the Harmonic Arts. Okay, so we talked about the mushrooms. What else do we need food wise? Oh, teas, of course. There's tons of amazing herbal teas. Do you want to take that one, Chris?
Yeah, I like teas for different things. Like I like teas for coughs and some for this and for
Mm-hmm.
like that. However, if we're gonna like just do it in a broad kind of concept,
Mm-hmm.
then some teas that I truly love, one is hibiscus because of the antioxidant properties.
Mm-hmm. I love
400
hibiscus.
times, 400 times the amount of antioxidant properties than green tea. And who gets the spotlight with the caffeine? Mr. Green Tea, right?
Well, we have that iced. It's not for right now. Well, if it's still hot out, but we have that iced hibiscus
Mm-hmm.
tea. What did we call it? The raspberry hibiscus iced tea. I can never remember what I named this ridiculous tea.
Yeah, so that's great in the summer, in the warm months, warmer climates, right? Because
Mm-hmm,
not
mm-hmm.
everyone has the
That's
deep
true.
freeze like we
You get to
do.
live in LA. You get to live, down south. You're in
Yeah.
Texas. You're in Mexico. You're a lucky duck living somewhere hot. Invite us.
However, keep
Invite us
it
over.
warm.
Invite us
Yeah,
over,
please. Like
please.
drop us a line. We're there,
Draft.
right?
Send us your address. We'll come.
We could do the podcast from your house.
Oh, that would be fun.
Traveling podcast.
Traveling pods. That's fun.
Okay, hold on. I think we started next year.
I
I
know.
like it. Chamomile, nice,
Mm-hmm.
calm, soothing.
Yeah.
Elderberry, who does not love?
Mm,
Like, I love the flavor of it. I love it
mm.
in the syrups. So you can get elderberry in a syrup for coughs. You can get elderberry in tinctures. You can get
You can make
elderberry
it.
in teas. You can make it.
You can get them in those honey cough drops I showed you in Paige last year when I had the pneumonia.
Those were tasty, by the way.
They were good. Yeah, like Paige, Chris was like, I don't have a cough, but I'll eat those. They
I
were
was like, can I try one of those?
they were the Honibe. I got the Honibe elderberry lozenges, which I again linked in the show notes. We got a lot of show notes for you today.
Link it. The other one is like very specific. So we could do lemon and ginger tea. There's lemon and thyme tea,
Mm-hmm.
right? And actually, I think it's lemon, ginger, and Manuka. So there are different
Oh.
combinations. So as you're hearing these things, go look at the organic teas. Organics can make a big deal of difference. We're using medicinal properties, meaning that going into the body it's using it for aid. So medicinal properties. We do not want to compromise it with pesticides and herbicides and all of these things because that's not going to help the cold, the flu, the cough, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. And our favorite tea brand is Traditional Medicinals because you can widely get it everywhere.
And it's because it's the number one. It's not the only one we like, but it's because you can get it anywhere.
You can get it, and it's easy to access. It's like because we work internationally, and Americans, Canadians, you can find it in the grocery store, Amazon.
The tea bags, they're not bleached.
Do they have it overseas? I actually don't know that answer to that question. If any of our UK clients have it, but again, if you're in the UK, I'm sure you can find some delicious organic tea.
They probably have way cleaner teas.
Yeah, they have way better tea than us.
So these are the things, and you get it organic, right? So echinacea, there is one specific for echinacea, and I think even has a little elderberry. If you have high blood pressure, if you have an autoimmune, echinacea might not be your friend. Okay, right. It's an immune stimulator. We're not looking to excite the immune system or excite the blood pressure receptors. So go with caution. Mm-hmm. However, a really sexy one is called throat coat. If you have a scratchy, itchy throat.
I actually hate the taste of it.
Do you?
But I
think because it has licorice in it.
I hate black licorice, but I'll drink it with my throat's bothering me. But I hate it.
You can't even taste it. Where are you going with this? Because you don't like it.
Because I don't like it. It's all I taste.
I think your words were hate.
Yeah, I do hate it. I'm sorry. I use that word. I do.
What do you hate more, cilantro or black licorice?
Well, that's mean.
No, I'm going to pause awkwardly until you answer that.
Cilantro,
Now, first of all, licorice root is not the same as black licorice candy, by the way.
I know, but I can still taste licorice.
Okay, so licorice or cilantro. Do you have a little bit of nausea happening right now?
I do. Like, it's making me ill thinking about having to pick between these two.
So then you should pick one and be quick with it.
Fine, licorice.
Oh, see? I might be able to get some cilantro into this one.
No,
never. So so there's all these different teas. I mean, sipping on warm, beautiful tea, sipping on warm water, your spleen, right? Secondary to digestion. We know digestion's not feeling great. Spleen loves warming foods.
Can I add something which we really don't want to be drinking is Gatorade, Powerade, sports drinks, or Ready for it, Chris? Pedialyte.
Do you know they have popsicles?
Pedialyte?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Stop it. Please do not go and get, if you have a raging sore throat, please don't get a cold beverage, a freezy, ice cream, because you have the chance to exasperate and then feed all those pathogens that your body's trying to naturally kill.
Yeah. And like when you're looking at the sports drinks, like the sport beverages, which have insane amounts of sugar in them. And then if we're looking at, say, the Pedialyte, which mhm.
So CanPrev is a company. Most companies have
Oh,
this,
yeah,
right?
we love CanPrev.
We love CanPrev because every time, and I'll tell you this, they are Canadian, but every time we go to a vendor meet and greet, we go to a conference and they're there, they have the friendliest sales reps. They have an educated, they give out samples like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Remember when we went to
dollars?
Well, Paige cleaned up at the CanPrev booth, let me tell you.
You would think Paige was a kid in a candy store.
She cleaned up everybody. She made
she
friends.
Had about $700 worth of supplements in her bag. She was dragging her bag behind her. Do
you need a second bag?
Yeah.
And Paige, are you a nutritionist as well? We didn't realize.
I know. I am
today.
She kept looking at me going, Chris, do I need this? Chris, do I need this? Chris.
But
I just kept shaking my head.
I really liked the CanPrev had their elderberry syrup that tasted like a blueberry candy. Like, it was so good. They're like the CanPrev elderberry syrup,
without all the garbage.
Like it was sweetened with stevia. It was good. I keep that in my fridge for my kids during the cold and flu season now. It's great.
So they even have a magnesium electrolyte little powder.
Ooh, yes, yep.
And I had some the other day because I just wanted to try it. And I didn't feel very hydrated. You know, you can drink water and water until the point where you're like, I can't drink water, I'm going to vomit. And I tried it and I'm like, this is really good.
The Electromag?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So these are the things you want to look at. Like, even I'm not opposed to the LMNT that a lot of clients will use.
I've been really liking Age Quencher. Remember that one that Ashley, our lovely esthetician, told us about when we went to visit Sula Foss in the springtime?
No, that one's a problem for me.
It's delicious, the Age Quencher.
It is. I'm going to save and spare everybody. Don't do it. You will be addicted.
What do you think's in my water bottle right now?
Stop it. You went and bought some?
Oh, I did. I bought their electrolyte container, the smaller one. Then I got their bigger one that had the collagen and reishi in it. I don't love that one as much, so I gave it to Frank. Frank always gets the things I don't like. So he has that every morning. And then I also got Sorry, Frank. He's like, you always give me all of the things. I'm like, yeah, I know, because we don't waste here. And then I also got they do travel packets. So I got the travel packets that I throw in my purse as well. So if like you're someone that travels a lot.
Beside your matcha?
Beside my matcha travel packets, which is also beside my collagen travel packets, which is beside my Manuka Honey travel packets. I go prepared, Chris.
Can everybody actually hear me do my deep breathing right now?
Which is also beside my 4 Sigmatic functional mushroom. reishi, their chill blend. I travel with all of those things. And there's one thing I wish I'd be able to find is travel friendly coconut milks. So that way, like when I'm, that I could add to like making my own matcha, or if I'm getting like a decaf or something like that.
Like nice little dehydrated.
Yeah, like a dehydrated coconut milk powder. I haven't been able to find that here in Canada. I know the Americans are like, Katie, we have tons of those here. Yeah, we're in Canada, and
you have everything.
We don't have all the fun things. We got I feel 20% of the fun stuff you guys got.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
I got to drive over the border.
Awesome.
I'm 20 minutes from the border. I got to go.
Let me know when you go, because Paige and I we just
tag along.
Rides. We tag along. So just quickly, I want to touch on a little bit of some essential oils, because some people do essential oils, obviously.
Yeah. Did you know, Chris?
What?
That I am a certified essential oil practitioner.
But I knew this.
Oh, I can't remember if I told you. Years ago.
How long have we been together?
I don't know. I've lost count, to be honest.
When's our anniversary?
I know. When is our anniversary? We should figure that out.
I think it's in like a week. I think it's in a week.
We should
maybe it's this week.
We should celebrate.
Now
Go
I gotta
look it
go look
up.
that
I'll
up.
go look at your original contract.
So let me think about coughs.
Okay.
Peppermint, eucalyptus, lemon, orange, thyme, frankincense. I don't need to go through the schematic of why, because if you go on, say, doTERRA, which is a reputable brand, well known, they break it down for you. They have a lot of educational resources, right? They tell you how to properly mix things. They also have pre-done ones, like
the touch. So what I really love about their oils is that they're actually used, Chris, did you know this, in over 100 different hospitals, universities, and research facilities, which I think is really cool.
Especially is it their thieves? Are they?
No, that's from
Young Living?
what's it called? Young Living. Yeah, Young Living does thieves, but doTERRA's version is On Guard. So
On
that's going to
Guard,
be
that's
like
the one I'm thinking.
the clove, the orange, the
Mm-hmm.
the oregano, like all of the really potent ones. So when we're looking at essential oils, of course, I diffuse a lot of them throughout the house, like during the cold and flu months. So I often diffuse On Guard, but if someone has a cough or something, I'll use peppermint, or even thyme, rosemary, eucalyptus, tea tree, lemon actually. So lemon's a really great one that you can be diffusing. Wild orange is another good one you can diffuse. You can make a chest rub with it. I have a recipe that I linked in the show notes for a chest rub, which you'll find under the what's it called, the Ultimate Guide to Natural Immune Support. But I love that they have the pre-diluted ones. So they have them diluted. The done for you, diluted with coconut oil, and they even have ones for kids. So I have the rollers that I'll use on my kids. And you want to, like, when I have a sore throat, an underrated one for your throat is rose essential oil. I roll it on the outside, and like I'll do rose and frankincense. Of course, they're the fancier oils, but you could be using lemon and eucalyptus and all that kind of stuff.
Even peppermint.
Yep.
Sinus congestion, right? Peppermint
Upset tummy.
is one of those
Upset tummy.
multiverse ones. I mean, we don't want to go overbearing. Two of my most absolute favorite, and I'm not an essential oil girl. Like I have some good quality ones, these types. Sage, definitely, to ward off my demons. Those
oregano
types of things.
oil. You can do oregano oil diluted in some olive oil.
Spare me. So essential oils I love in combination to support it is frankincense and myrrh. Again, these are the really expensive each individually. You don't use a ton, but you dilute it in the proper ratios in obviously an oil-based
like a fractionated
solution.
Coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil.
You get that on the bottom of the feet and you rub it in. You put your non-restricted fuzzy socks on. You go to bed. Amazing. My kids swear by this. My kids don't like anything I do, and they're like, rub this in.
Do you guys ever do the wet sock treatment when you're not feeling well?
Do you want to know something?
Should
we tell a story about Paige?
Oh, let's do it.
So Paige was down in the dumps, and she's like, that's it. Get the eulogy ready. I can't make it. I'm done.
I've seen the other side, and I may go.
Yeah, hers is, I've seen the other side.
And I'm going to go.
I'm releasing this time. Yes. So I said, and it was for a fever. And she couldn't break this fever. It just kept coming back and coming back and coming back. I said, let's get the wet socks going. So, and I mean, there's Pinterest, there's everything. You can quickly do it.
Just Google wet sock treatment.
My God.
I swear by it. I do it for me. I do it for my kids.
Yeah. So, and you put it on, man, you will sweat. You will do everything. She broke her fever by the next morning and it didn't return. I mean, it doesn't feel nice. And you're going to sweat it out. But what do you think you're sweating out?
And did you know what the other version of the wet socks is?
What do you mean by version?
They have another another version that a lot of babushkas swear by. Vodka socks. Vodka socks. Yeah, I've been told that one too. I do wet socks because I don't have vodka in the house. We don't drink.
What do you say? Sustained jury disregard that comment?
I brought it up because I just find it kind of entertaining. I'm like, vodka socks.
Everyone's gonna go search up vodka socks now, right?
I know, but I think that vodka socks is a little pricier to do than the wet sock treatment. But let's keep going here. So we talked about essential oils. There's so many wonderful ones that you can be utilizing, diffusing them, applying them topically, diluted, all that kind of fun stuff. So let's round out the supplements and let's finish off some lifestyle habits. So obviously supplements that you could be utilizing, vitamin C. can be really great. Vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, we already talked about, echinacea if you're not dealing with an autoimmune. I really love like St. Francis Herb Farm is really great option in Canada. They have, all of their different blends for the cold and flu season, which you'll find in the supplement dispensary. So they're really, really great.
Gaia Herbs for the Americans.
Gaia Herbs for the Americans. In the show notes, if you go to, the Ultimate Guide to Natural Immune Support, there's this Chinese cough syrup that people swear by. We use it as well. I can't pronounce it. I'm going to butcher this. It's the Nim Jiam Pipakao. I butchered it. I butchered it.
I enjoyed you butchering it.
I butchered it. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's like it looks like molasses. It's thick, it's black, and it has a red label on it. Go on Amazon, you'll see the crazy reviews. We swear by that. Both Chris and I use a lot of homeopathics. So Pasco, they have their, again, but going to butcher it. Can you say it, Chris? The Pasco ones? I always butcher those ones.
Oh no, I can't. Are you talking about
the Pasco Lucin and the Lymphodryl?
Is that what you're saying? No, I don't tend to use those.
I use those ones.
I use the Boiron.
Oh, the Boiron. Oh, I'm going to make you say that one because I can't the 56 letter one.
I'm going to spell it. It's OSCILLOCOCCINUM. There you go. Rewind. Do it again. This I swear by.
Yeah, we do use that a lot. And my kids love it. I actually have to hide it. My kids think it's candy. They think it's candy. And I'm like, guys, I went in one day. I'm like, where is all of the what is the oxacillium or whatever? Where did it all go? And I found empty tubes in my kids' bedrooms.
It's like contraband in my house. I have to hide it. But I swear by that, even for adults, for kids, on the onset where you're just like, could this be? It might.
Could this be? It might.
Boom. Under the tongue, let it dissolve. The other thing is nausea. I like Nux vomica.
Oh, yeah. And the Nux vomica. I always have Nux vomica on hand.
So that, and I always have Arnica montana on hand.
Arnica.
Those are my, I don't leave without.
And I have a lot of the Boiron. They have some great different cough syrups. So I have their kids ones, the nighttime, the daytime on the Stottle cough syrups. I have those on hand as well. We got a whole immune container of supplements at our house.
Yeah. So there's a lot of options. Why I like the homeopathics is they're
gentle.
They're gentle, bypass the regular digestion of a supplement. You can get them in liquid for people, or under the tongue. So for kids, adults, seniors, it's multiverse. And man, those suckers work.
They work great. And then also something I do, again, this depends on where you live, but I get regular IV infusions throughout the cold and flu months just because I'm fighting an Epstein-Barr virus as well and rebuilding my immune system. But I get IV vitamin drips regularly, whether you're getting an antiviral, you're getting your high dose C, you can talk to your practitioner or your functional doctor, whoever is doing them, to talk about your needs. So that's something I do. I swear by them just because I have that lowered immune function from the Epstein-Barr. Lifestyle habits, though, please don't overlook lifestyle habits like sleep. Oh my goodness. The number one thing that you can be doing for prevention and when you're sick is sleeping.
Yeah. Why are you fighting it?
Go to bed.
Take a nap.
Yeah. My kids are going to bed early. We're going to bed early because that's truly one of the best things you can do for your body is to sleep, to rest, to not go into work. I'm actually speaking to Chris on this one because getting Chris to take a sick day when she's on death's doorstep is pretty much impossible. How
often do we get sick?
Chris, I'm pretty sure you didn't take. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen you take a sick day, even when your sinuses are flared and you can't breathe.
I have a neti pot.
Neti pot. You can do that for sinus congestion. Neti pots are great. Or even the old school steam bath, right? So if you put a bunch of hot water in a bowl with a towel over top.
Yes. Not too close, not too hot.
Yeah, don't burn your face.
Sweat it out and don't blow your nose. Just let it drip out.
Let it drip out. That's a really good one. When you're not sick, getting, regular exercise can be really great. Don't overtrain it. Don't go super hard because that can actually, not be great for your immune system. Stress management.
I have to say wash your hands.
Stress management. I'm speaking to myself on this one because Chris, when do I get sick most? When does Katie get sick? When I'm stressed.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hear.
When I'm stressed.
There is no way I'm walking into that. Are you kidding?
You better believe when my stress levels are through the roof, I am getting violently ill. Like last winter, Chris, remember when I was sick for like 6 weeks straight? And it was when I was probably one of the stresses I've been in a long time.
Yep.
It's fine. Stress management. Air quality, you can be using a humidifier. We live in the country, so we have air doctors, which are air purifiers. So we have those in each of the bedrooms in the main area. And then to finish it up, a little TCM. So different things like herbs, whether it's the astragalus, the ginseng, I'm going for acupuncture. These are all really great things we can be utilizing.
Mm-hmm. Just get flow in your body, lymphatic drainage, right?
Rest,
especially the sinuses.
Nutrients. Yeah.
Like drain it out. That's what I do. Your lymph nodes under here for swollen flow. My gosh, please do a sinus lymphatic massage. You can search that up and perform it in the comfort of your house. You will get such clarity in those cavities. You're going to love it.
And just on that lymph is using the Pasco's Lymphodryal drainage cream. I use that quite often.
Yes.
I love the drainage cream.
I was like with my vibrator, my personal massage device.
Where are you going there?
Whatever. I didn't mean it like that. But it just vibrates, right? So little applicator, silicone applicator I used to massage my face. But and I drain it down. So there you have it.
There you go, everybody.
Enjoy your flu and cold season.
I recommend going back, listening to it, checking the show notes. Got a ton of stuff. And remember, this Friday on the blog, Chris's fermented garlic oil. See you later, guys.
Thanks for hanging out with us this week on the Clear Skin Chronicles. We'll see you next Wednesday with a brand new episode. Remember to subscribe to the show and drop us a review. Sending glowing vibes your way, Katie and Chris.